Hello, welcome to NeoScribe. And welcome to episode 2 of the Mars Academy, where we aim to learn as much as we can about Mars in the years ahead, leading up to the day humans finally step foot on the red planet. So today we're going to build off what we learned on episode 1 and start familiarizing ourselves with the major regions in the Northern Hemisphere of Mars. The problem with these regions is that the borders are not precisely defined, so that's why referring to the Mars charts will be a big part of this series. So let's start with this northern strip of land on MC1 that surrounds the North Pole. Its proximity to the pole makes it easy to remember. It's also worth noting that this is where the Phoenix lander is located, a little bit north of the northeastern tip of MC2. Now let's head south to MCs 2 and 8, which contain the Arcadia and Amazonas planetias, or plains. These plains were formed by free-flowing lava flows around 100 million years ago, making the regions among the smoothest and youngest areas on the planet. Now let's bring in the United States on the map to help get a sense of the scale of what we're looking at. Okay, on to MC3 to the Alba Mons region. The best way to think of Alba is that it's the northern tip of the overarching Tharsis Bulge or Tharsis Rise region. At 6.8 kilometers, Alba is a shorter volcano for Mars standards, but it's still 800 meters taller than Mount Denali, which is the tallest peak in North America. MC3 also contains the majority of the Tempe Terra region. The most notable thing to remember about Tempe Terra is that it contains the northernmost portions of exposed ancient highland crust on the planet. Okay, east of Tempe Terra lies two plains, the Isodelia and Chryse. Isodelia is large, extending well into MC5, and it should be easy to remember because it's where Matt Damon was stranded in the film The Martian. Alright, and the Chryse region should be easy to remember for several reasons. The first thing is that it has a distinctive circular shape. It's surrounded by the Arabia, Tharsis, and Tempe Terra outflows. And second, as mentioned in episode 1, Chryse is the region where the Viking 1 probe landed on the western edge of the region. Now, heading east, we have the vast Arabia Terra that occupies spaces of 6 Mars charts to varying degrees. An easy way to remember this region is that you can view it almost as the heartland of Mars. It extends as far west as MC11, falls south into MC19, and reaches northeast as far as MC5. What's more, Arabia Terra is the home to the legendary Opportunity rover. And flanking Arabia Terra on the east is the Terra Sabia that is similar size and roughly the same shape as the Arabia. What stands out to me is Terra Sabia is above the zero elevation point compared to Arabia Terra that is part of the transition zone. This is a big if, but if humanity manages to terraform Mars in the distant future, Terra Sabia could someday be one of the most desirable lands on the planet. It's relatively flat for southern highland standards, and it would be surrounded by valuable coastline. Alright, now let's head east to the Utopia Planitia. This is probably the easiest of the northern plains to remember because of its name. All the other ones begin with an A, and also because it has a distinctive basin. The Utopia Basin is massive at over 3,000 kilometers wide. Another interesting thing to help you remember this region is that it's the location of the Star Trek Federation Utopia Planitia Fleet Yards, which is where the USS Enterprise D was constructed. Anyway, south of Utopia is the Elysium region that, for the most part, is situated in MC15. This region consists of Elysium Mons and Elysium Planitia. Elysium Mons is the 5th highest peak on Mars at almost 14 kilometers. Let's bring in Mount Everest to help us make sense of this majestic volcano. It doesn't even come close. Let's even stack Mount Rainier from my home state of Washington on top of Mount Everest. They are still shorter than Elysium. Now, the Elysium Planitia is distinctive because it's the only major plain located in the transition zone. Alright, now let's circle back to MCs 9 through 11, which we skipped over earlier. I imagine you know about Olympus Mons already, the tallest peak on Mars at almost 22 kilometers elevation, almost 2.5 times taller than Mount Everest. And to the southeast lies Tharsis Montez, which is very straightforward to remember as it consists of the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th tallest peaks on Mars. There's Ascraeus, Arcia, and Pavonis. All three are taller than Elysium, which we covered earlier. So we touched on this earlier, but to reiterate, Tharsis Montez is just a subregion of the overarching Tharsis province that extends well into the southern hemisphere, which we will go over next episode. And to the east of Tharsis Montez is the Outflow Channels region. The Outflow region encompasses the Lunae Planum and Xanth Terra regions that are both largely outflow channels connecting the Christ Planitia to the highlands. Alright, so hopefully you now have a deeper grasp of the geography of the Northern Hemisphere of Mars, and I look forward to continuing our journey to the Southern Hemisphere next time. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope you are enjoying this series as much as I am. In episode 3, we are going to finish exploring the major regions on Mars and go over the regions in the Southern Hemisphere. And then episode 4 will explore the geological timescale of Mars, which is so important to know as we go deeper into the series. Because beginning on episode 5, we will be diving deep into each of the 30 Mars charts in great detail, and we will be referring to the geological timescale quite a bit. Anyway, if you didn't get a chance to watch last week's video about Captain Cook's epic voyage to measure the transit of Venus, you should definitely check it out. I think all space exploration fans will enjoy this new series because it's about the great exploration expeditions of the past. Okay, next week will be episode 3 of the subscriber topic series. I have a bunch of great ideas to choose from, so make sure to check that out as well. Alright, that's all I have for now. I hope you enjoyed your journey. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I am Neil Scribe, and I'll see you on the next journey.